Hi, welcome to day 20 of 30 Days to My Leap of Faith. It's pretty freaking crazy that it's already day 20. I remember doing day 1. I remember doing day 8. All of them. It's so amazing that it's already been 20 days. Today was really about moving, about my getting ready to move. And it's pretty incredible to think about how much stuff that I've had, that I've been carrying with me in one way or another, or storing in one place or another for years. I think I finally got to the point around, I would say, probably when I moved into this house, that I had all of my stuff with me all at one time. There was a series because I had left stuff at my parents' house. I had left stuff, at my parents' house, and then by the time I brought that all back up here, I moved out of my last place and was kind of bouncing around and had stuff in storage. And so it wasn't until I moved in here really that I had all of my stuff and I was able to sort through it. And I had a lot of stuff to go through. And at first, it didn't seem like I had a lot because over the course of the past few moves, I've gone through a lot of what I had and I thought I got rid of it. But I think I would get to this point where I was kind of like, screw it, I'll just keep this box of random papers and deal with it later. And eventually that caught up with me because I had a few different boxes and then I had other boxes that I had done that to, years ago. And so I literally am looking at right now 3 boxes and two grocery paper bags filled with stuff that I'm giving away. And I have actually 3 boxes of books. I have 2 big paper bags filled with just like random crafty stuff and random items to give to this Oakland Center for Creative Reuse. And because we just have cool places like that will reuse random stuff and not fully used pads of paper, art paper and that kind of thing. But it's really amazing to see that's all stuff that I did not need. Here, I'm going to show you so you can see it. Okay, so those boxes, that one and that one and that one, oh wait, no, that's a bag. So there's 3 boxes here. You can't see, there's one behind it. Those are books. And then this is kind of fun. This and this. And here, these little boxes are being given away. And the rest of it, coming back to me, the rest of it I'm going to keep. I definitely love to have crafty stuff and love to have crafty materials. So, but those, imagine I've been carrying those around with me, and those are books, some of which I haven't read, some of which I just am not going to read again. And first of all, it like begs the question, why did I buy those books in the first place, or why did I get those books? I think I was in that space of acquisition. I was in a place of lack, actually, and this like goes really deep. It's like I was in a place of lack, so I felt like I needed a book or I needed something in order to fill myself. And that's kind of what's happening in our culture right now. It's very materialistic. People acquire things to try and like feel purpose and meaning and to feel full. That's like the whole thing behind consumerism. The ad companies try to make you feel like you're inadequate, and so they try to get you to think that you need to buy stuff in order to feel better. And that used to be actually a coping mechanism of mine, was to shop, was to buy stuff wherever it was. It could be at the grocery store, it could be at a bookstore, it could be at a clothing store, it could be at an art store, whatever store is. If I'm Target, don't even get me started on Target. There's just everything, so much stuff you don't need but you can buy. And I think for a long time that's how I coped with along with other behavior. So anyway, so going through my stuff, it's been really interesting because I'm like, why do I have this? First of all, and it's reminding me, some of it, especially some of the clothes I was going through today, I was reminded of a time that I bought just a bunch of clothes online. I mean, it wasn't expensive. They're all on sale. So it was only like, a bunch of stuff for like $100. So it wasn't that bad. And I still, I kept some of it, but it was still like, I bought these because I didn't know what else to do with myself, because I wasn't feeling happy and I wasn't feeling full of life. And now that's like a year and a half ago. I feel so different because I'm getting rid of all the stuff I don't need. I'm donating it. I'm giving it away. I'm selling some of these books. Like it's like I don't need this excess weight, this excess stuff to make to make my life feel full. And that feels really, really good because for a long time I just carried around a lot of extra stuff. And I think for a while I carried around extra body weight. I carried around extra emotional weight, extra energetic weight because I didn't feel protected enough or I didn't feel full, of life. I didn't feel fulfilled. And that is why following your heart is so important, and following my heart is so important, listening to what makes me happy, because then I feel fulfilled and I don't need to look to stuff to fulfill me. And that's a lot of the work I do with people, is to help people feel so excited and so fulfilled with their own life that they don't need to use other coping mechanisms. And that's what I really want to do, to work with people, especially people in recovery from eating disorders and whatever, because you don't need stuff. You don't need things to fulfill you. You don't need food. You don't need anything to fulfill you. You just need your own heart, really, and your purpose. You need to be living your purpose. And this leap of faith for me has been doing just that. And you know what? I do have to say that today what I've also found is that I can only do so much. I can't go and go and go and pack and sort through stuff for endless hours. I need to take breaks. My back has been hurting me because I'm like hunched over and lifting boxes, and it's kind of like awkward small areas. So a couple times today I had to lay on my back with my legs up. But if people know yoga, I was like in Shavasana, just with my legs up on a bolster. And it felt really good to just relax and put my feet up. I'm feeling a lot of anxiety. I'm feeling a lot of stress about this move, just because there's a lot of moving pieces. I don't exactly know who's going to help me move. I don't know what day it's going to happen. I have a bunch of people I'm trying to see before I go, and everyone's all at different times. So I'm trying to like figure out the puzzle that is my life and fit in the puzzle pieces with my schedule, with appointments I have, with meetings I go to, with people to see, and trying to fit it all in with packing and leaving, And it's a challenge. It's like constant energy from the moment I wake up until I go to sleep. It's like I'm always doing something. And it's exciting. And that's what's the good thing about it. It's not a sad thing. I'm not dreading it. I'm actually really excited about this movement, about this forward movement in my life. It's just the actual process of it. And after I've moved so many times over the past few years, I'm just over it. Like obviously still going to be moving, in a couple months, but it's different. It's different if I know where I'm going right now is temporary and it's a little bit more like traveling, than if I thought that I was going to be in some place for a long time, like I did at the last couple places I was at. I thought I was going to be at these last 3 places, for a long time, and ended up not being that way, which was really hard for me to accept and really hard for me to be okay with. But if I want to be okay with my life the way it is, I have to be okay with the fact that my life did not go the way I wanted to. And I have to deal with those emotions too, because part of me still feels like a failure. Part of me still feels really angry at the universe. Part of me still is really stressed and nervous about what's going to come. But I just have to keep going and keep doing one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. Sort through papers, recycle, sort through papers, recycle, sort through books, donate and sell, sort through books, donate and sell, give away clothes, do whatever I need to do, and then pack up my stuff and put it in storage and drive down to San Diego. The thing I've done packing enough that I know you got to start early and you got to keep going, because it'll eventually be done. And what I'm learning now is, so this is kind of the key of today for me, to keep myself from just saying screw it and keeping boxes of random stuff, because I'm too tired at that point to deal with it. And that way I'm just holding on to old stuff that I really don't need, just because I'm too tired at that point. And then it just like builds up over the years, which could be the same as resentment. It could be the same as unforgiveness. It could be the same as emotions that you're just not wanting to deal with right now. And those are not fun. Like if you've ever had an emotional reaction that you did not know where it came from, it's probably from old emotions that you did not process before and you just got really triggered. And to keep yourself from doing that, to keep yourself clear, it's important to make sure that you rest, to take time to take care of yourself, to keep your energy at a balanced level. So it's not about drinking a bunch of coffee. What I used to do was drink a bunch of caffeine and just kind of like plow through and then be exhausted and not completely finish. And now what I'm doing is I'm not drinking tons of caffeine. I'm taking a break in the middle of the day and going on a walk. I'm eating really healthy. I'm getting out of the house and doing things I need to do. And when I'm done, I'm done. I was kind of setting stuff up tonight in order to go in the morning and sell the books and stuff. But I was like, you know what? I need to stop. I need to do my video. I need to sleep. And that's more important to me. Because at the end of the day, these papers, these books, all this old stuff that I don't need, that's not really, that I can't take that with me. In 20 years, that's not really going to matter. What's going to matter is me taking care of myself because those habits carry forth. So I guess today the question is like where, I don't even know what this would mean for you. Because for me, it was like, I don't know, it was, I guess just keeping on going day by day, step by step. And like, where are you freaking yourself out with the big picture and also being scared by the steps, by the day-to-day process that it takes to get you there. Maybe you don't even know what those steps are and it's keeping you from moving forward. Or maybe you do know what those steps are and it's preventing you from moving forward. Either way, just know that there is no other way. There is no other way to get to where you really, really want to go and where your soul is calling for you to go, except to do the steps, one step at a time, one day at a time. I do not want to pack. I do not want to sort through my stuff, but I have to because I'm not just going to leave without my stuff. That wouldn't be cool for my, housemate to have to deal with it. And I'm going to want some of that stuff. I like my clothes. I like my books. I like my art supplies. Like those are my favorite things. Those are my most important possessions. And it's worth it to me. So it's really about how worth it is your dream. How worth it is your end vision. It is so worth it for me to get excited about going to San Diego to see my family and then move to Portland. Like, I'm so excited. So I will do anything. I will go through this and sort through this and have to deal with this for another week. That's fine because I know on the other end of it, I'm going to get to where I want to go. And that makes it all worthwhile. So I hope this made sense. I'm a little spacey. I'm a little out of it. I had a kind of another roller coaster emotional day, as you can imagine. It's just, I have a lot of anxiety. And so usually just since moving up here, 2 years ago, my anxiety level just went through the roof. It was never this bad. And then starting 2 years ago, it was just like, I started having panic attacks. I started having overwhelming anxiety. Like, I still don't know why. I don't know if it's just the way the Bay Area is or what, but I was freaking out. I have to take moments to like let myself just calm down so I don't push myself too hard. So I'm a little exhausted, but not like I was last week, thank God. So I hope you out there are doing really well, and I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Angel blessings.